So in this question, we're going to look at simultaneous equations. The cost C of hiring a car from a company is $50 per day. That is, C is equal to 50D, so 50 times D, where D is the number of days for which the car is hired. Company B charges a flat fee of $60 plus $40 per day. That is, C equals 60 plus 40D. Complete the following tables and graph the equations. So we need to fill in this table of values here. When D is equal to 0 is equal to 50 times 0, which is 0. 50 times 5 is 250, and 50 times 10 is 500. In this one here, 60 plus 40D, when D is 0, C is equal to 60. When D is equal to 5, 40 times 5 is 200 plus 60 gives 260. And then when D is 10, 40 times 10 is 400 plus 60 gives 460. Okay, now plotting those two equations, I'm going to use GeoGebra for this. I'm actually going to use y equals 50 times x in this case. Okay, and that's plotted there. And then for my other one, I'll use y equals 60 plus 40 times x. Okay, and you can see that we've got our two equations there. If I just click a point or where they meet, intersect those 2 points, I've got the point A there, and we can see up here that that point is the point 6, 300. So going back to the problem, so when D is equal to 6 days and C is equal to 300. Now, the point of intersection gives the number of days for which the cost is the same under both plans. After how many days is it cheaper to hire from company B? Well, that would be after 6 days. It would be cheaper. Okay. Now, the other two ways that you could have solved this is to use either substitution or the elimination method. So looking at step 1, the substitution method. Substitution method, we label our equations 1 and 2, and wherever C appears in the second equation, we're going to substitute 50D into there. So 50D equals 60 plus 40D. Now we need to get 40D onto the left, so we subtract it from both sides so that these cancel. And then on the left we are now left with 10D equals 60, and we need to get rid of the 10, so divide by 10. Okay, and then we are left with, therefore, D equals 6. And to get what the cost is, you can just substitute it into equation 1. So using the fact that C equals 50 times D, 50 times 6 in this case, 50 times 6 is 300. So therefore D equals 6 and C equals 300. Okay, part 2 is to use the elimination method. So we still have C equals 50 times D and C equals 60 plus 40D. Those are still our two equations. And we need to think if we can add or subtract these equations so that either C will cancel out or D will cancel out. Now, if I do C minus C, that gives me 0, and if I subtract these, I get 10D. So we are going to subtract so that these two C's cancel out. So minusing those two equations, C minus C gives 0. We can't do anything with the 60 just yet, but this is like plus 0 anyway. So if we do 0 minus 60, that's minus 60. And then 50 minus 40D gives 10D. Then solving this, okay, getting the 60, doesn't really matter which one you get on the left, but so it's easy just to move this over to here and make it positive. So 60 equals 10D. And then once again, dividing by 10, so that these cancel out. We are left with D equals 6. And same as before, you can substitute it into this first equation to get that C is equal to 300. So that's it for that example. Thank you.